Any Fan Sports, Atlanta Dream vs. Chicago Sky preview. What's good, everybody? Welcome back to Any Fan Sports. Make sure you subscribe and hit that like button. Let's get into it. Tonight's matchup, Atlanta Dream vs. Chicago Sky. Tonight we've got the Atlanta Dream taking on the Chicago Sky. And even though it's preseason, don't sleep on this one. There are real stakes and real egos involved here. Think about it. Angel Reese just got traded from Chicago to Atlanta. Camilla is now the face of the Sky. Dawn Staley made comments saying Camilla could flourish without Angel Reese in the picture. The Angel Reese fan base went after Staley hard for that. So yeah, this has rivalry energy, and it's only preseason. The Chicago Sky's moves. Chicago didn't just sit around after the trade. They went out and got Skylar Diggins, Asiaha James, Rickea Jackson, Haley Van Lith, who already dropped 20 points in her preseason game. That's a statement. The Sky are clearly trying to prove they don't need Angel Reese to win, and honestly, they might be right. Angel Reese in Atlanta, a better fit. Here's the thing about Angel Reese. I've said this before. She was never built to be the player a team runs through. In Chicago, everything was going through her, and that's just not her game. What Angel Reese is good at: rebounding, consistently pulling 10 to 12 boards. Defense, giving you a solid 8 to 12 points. In Atlanta, she doesn't have to do more than that. Ryan Howard is going to shoot. Alicia Gray is going to shoot. Rickea Jackson is about to have a breakout season. The offensive load isn't on Angel's shoulders anymore, and that's actually where she thrives. Atlanta went from the worst team in the league last season to a legitimate squad. That's a real glow-up. The Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark conversation. It's over. Let me be real. The rivalry between Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark, that chapter is closed. Looking back, it felt like Angel's camp was working overtime to keep her attached to Clark's brand. Meanwhile, Clark just let her game do the talking, hitting 50 out of 54 threes in one stretch. Nobody helped Clark build that image. Angel, on the other hand, had Lisa Leslie backing her, veterans showing public support, and still the gap kept growing. Why? Because the offensive game never developed the way it needed to. We're talking about a pro player who struggles with basic layups. That's not me being harsh, that's just the reality. There was a moment on a fast break where all she had to do was lay it up and she panicked, turned it over, and passed to a covered Kia nurse. At this level, that can't happen. Now the real Atlanta Dream rivalry storyline is actually Ryan Howard versus Clark and Ryan Howard versus Lexi Hull. That's the energy going forward. Camilla's time to shine. Camilla Cardoso was drafted before Angel Reese, but spent 2 seasons playing in her shadow. Was she playing a little relaxed at times? Yes, but honestly, can you blame her? She could already see how the team's priorities were set up. Now, this is basically her true rookie season in terms of opportunity. The post is hers. The touches are hers. Dawn Staley wasn't being messy when she said that. She was just being honest, and the numbers will back her up by the end of this season. The media and branding problem. Angel also came out and said she's done talking to media. Doesn't care about fines. She's tired of her words being twisted. I get it, but let's keep it honest. A lot of what got twisted came straight from her own mouth. Nobody told her to say certain things on camera or on her podcast. The words were real. Here's the lesson. Your image is your brand, especially when you're a public figure. Look at how some players handle the camera compared to others. Players who consistently represent themselves well on camera: Aaliyah Boston, Caitlin Clark, Sophie Cunningham, Raven Johnson. They think before they speak. You can't pick apart words that are never said wrong in the first place. Even Paige is getting heat right now for oversharing about her personal life publicly. Once you put something on TikTok, it's public. That's the game. The players who understand that their brand lives or dies on these moments, those are the ones who build lasting careers. The ones who don't, they give people ammunition. Final thoughts. Tonight's game tips off at 7 o'clock and I'm fully locked in. Both teams leveled up this offseason. Both teams have something to prove. And the Reese vs. Sky storyline gives it that extra spice. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Who you got tonight? I'm out. Peace.